So we see Green beating up a guy for information, I guess trying to trick us again into thinking he might be the villain. Clearly not Silverstone because he walked away. It's impossible, he walked away.
Gotta put on the tough guy act, otherwise these guys will eat me alive.
And Seth Green just cracked. It's okay, every actor goes through that being on a Scooby-Doo movie. Remember Boyle's cracking moment? Just feel lucky he wasn't around a car. Speaking of which, they follow Boyle to an abandoned lab where they come across a bunch of various formulas.
Look at those weird letters, Scoob. Reggie?
Oh, Christ, it's Winnie the Tentacle porn. Could things get any more perverted? I wanna go home! Congratulations, movie, you gave Shaggy boobs. Was this your goal, to give Shaggy boobs? Was that the whole reason for this film existing? The only time the words Shaggy and boobs should go together is in a British porno. And even then with a restraining order against Raja Gosnell. Oh look, he's Taz now. Stupid. And now he's a genius.
Oh, I long for the blissful ignorance of my former self. Chasing cats, licking my own rear end, eating my own vomit. Oh, those were wonderful times.
I think we just saw Gosnell working through some personal stuff there. The rest of the gang meets up and they see where the costumes are brought to life. Ah! The poster to the thing!
You're not being calm! I needed that. I needed that too. You're pushing your luck, Scoob.
And I think that was Matthew Lillard cracking on the movie. Just imagine he's not talking about the dog, he's talking about the whole film.
You're pushing your luck, Scoob.
Pretty credible. They run away from the rejected Zelda henchmen and try to escape, not realizing that they've unleashed the monsters and the city blames them.
Heather Jasper Howe with an emergency update.
Reporting live from Zardos.
A monster army has invaded Coolsville.
Find me, mystery!
To be fair, they do look more realistic than the new Ghostbusters movie. So they go to their old clubhouse where they used to be kids, because nobody will look for Mystery Inc. at a place called Mystery Inc. And they remember when they were all in high school. A mere 20 years ago.
It all seemed so easy back then.
We solve mysteries for the love of them, not to prove anything to anyone.
I think that is the literal definition of solving a mystery. Proving things to everyone. No wonder you suck at what you do. You don't even know what you do! But the monsters find them and continue to chase them down. Luckily, they give them the slip. Wait, that's not a baby. Well, I guess it's better than crashing into this billboard. Dude! They come across the Black Knight yet again, and even though Daphne defeated him before and knows exactly how to take him down, Fred decides to take him on. Funny, because that weapon would have been very handy fighting the electricity monster. Well, now you're both screwed because Fred needed to make his dick feel a little bigger.
Daphne, you okay?
Guess this is it, huh?
No, this is laying on the ground for a few seconds while the monsters are far, far away from you. There's nothing this is it about that at all. Scooby and Shaggy come across the pirate ghost who breathes fire. But it's okay, because Scooby farts. Your kid has eaten his own brain. Congratulations, your Redbox rental has taken a life. You could have been watching Dora's Enchanted Forest Adventures. You could have been watching Dora's Enchanted Forest Adventures! But, once again, they try to make it look like someone else is the bad guy.
Stay away from me. I know who you are.
But that gets resolved when he saves Velma's life. Thank God she has a shadowy skirt.
You gotta trust me.
I only trust the facts. And all the facts say that you're the evil masked figure.
What does your heart say?
That I have a better career with Disney than Warner Brothers at this point. She's saved, but the gang has to face the real mastermind and the monsters in a final battle. I somehow doubt that would freeze oil. This movie about a talking dog has finally jumped the shark for me. He is allowed to give, I guess, a badass line.
Who do you think you are? Scooby? Dooby? Goo!
Mother rucker! So the monsters are all destroyed, and it's finally revealed who the mastermind is, no shit.
Lucky for her, she had an assistant helping her along with her evil plans. Ned.
Who is Ned? Oh, the cameraman you almost never saw and was mentioned once, if even that? Way to drop those seeds of knowledge, movie. But wait, there's even more. Wait, who's that? The pterodactyl guy who never got a line and they said was dead earlier? Wow. Not only is that a horribly put together mystery, but you clearly don't know how to use your Tim Blake Nelsons.
You were a dude this whole time?
Of course, Dummkopf.
Okay, maybe you know a little bit.
But we cuddled.
I touched your shaggy boobs! But wait, just when you think it's over, they have a Marvel-style end credit sequence.
Game Boy Advance Secret Code?
Even your end credit sequence sucks! If you really wanted to do this right, you'd have Samuel L. Jackson in an eye patch go up to James Gunn and say, "I'm here to talk about a proposition." Because this is horrible, and the absolute worst thing about it is... Gus, Lassie, Jules, get in here!
I see you haven't found the mastermind who gave you the movie yet. Even though it's pretty friggin' obvious. It's almost like that movie, Roger Rabbit, or the location of the Jolly Roger, because someone is obviously Rogering you. Roger. Roger, 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 Roger. Write this down. Roger, Roger, Roger. That's all I have to say. Please don't be stupid.
Hi! Any news?
As a matter of fact, there is, officer.
We know who's behind this ordeal.
And that, of course, is... Jules.
Sorry it had to be this way, my love.
Let's end this by satirizing something that ties into the show's theme.
Let's tap into the zany, mysterious antics of... Class Act.
No, goddammit, no! You did everything wrong! Everything! First you get the satire wrong, then you get the satire in the satire wrong, then you do these awful impressions of one of USA's longest running series! For God's sakes, your Tim Curry wasn't even white!
Are you indicating that there's a shortage of white actors in media?
Then you try to solve this bullshit mystery that's so friggin' obvious, and you still get it wrong! She's not the one who did it, it was me! Roger! It was Roger all along! Roger! 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 I'm Roger! I'm the one! Roger.
Yeah, we know it was you, Roger. But she's still the one who did it.
What?
Yeah, I'm definitely guilty.
But it can't be. I did have...
Ah, you only think that you did. You see, I know that you laid the DVD there for me, but when I looked away, it was replaced by a slightly different version. The original, I then noticed, was snuck into Jules's pocket. My second clue was a ton that fell on me. I'm sure you tried to drop it first, but Jules cut the rope before you did. As I noticed her rope-cutting scissors, she tried kicking under the couch. And finally, when you said write down the name of the culprit, she didn't write Roger. She wrote Jules.
But what was the point of all this?
Because I wanted to give something that the movie didn't. A good mystery. Sure, Scooby-Doo as a show is silly and not the best animated, but one thing it always had was a good mystery for kids. It taught them deductive reasoning, problem-solving skills. It was a show that made them smarter in every episode. That was the movie's ultimate failure. Sure, the sets were nice, and there was an occasional funny scene the actors could pull off, but the effects were awful, the jokes fell flat, and a multi-million-dollar movie couldn't tell a better mystery than every episode of the shoestring budget cartoon. That's what makes it last through all these incarnations. Not just the silly characters, but the fact that it's making you more observant without even knowing it, as the best kind of teaching should be. So I figured, do what the movie was trying to do. Tell a fake-out mystery that actually faked you out.
Okay. Well, now that that's out there, it's time to explain why I did this and how I came back!
Nah, neither Scooby-Doo nor Psych cared about the motivation.
Yeah, it's there, but it's more of a side note.
But it's so complex and interesting.
No. Short and shallow is usually the way to go.
Yes, and I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you pesky kids. And that mangy dog.
Scooby Dooby Doo! Now that's some satire.
What the flying